What just happened in Dallas has taken everyone by complete surprise. I mean, nobody saw this coming, not the insiders, not the media, not even the most hardcore Cowboys fans who live and breathe this team every single day. In an absolutely stunning announcement today, the Dallas Cowboys have confirmed the unexpected departure of one of the most iconic and influential players on their current roster, a player who, for many fans, symbolized the heart, soul, and future of this franchise. And trust me when I say, this isn't just any roster move. This isn't a practice squad shuffle or a minor injury report update. This is the kind of move that reshapes locker rooms, changes playbooks, and redefines the outlook of an entire season before it even begins. The shockwaves of this departure are already spreading across the entire NFL landscape, with fans, analysts, and former players all weighing in with one collective reaction: disbelief. Now, for those just tuning in, you might be asking who was let go, and why now? That's the million-dollar question that we're all asking, because the details at this moment are still emerging. But what we do know is that this player, let's call him a cornerstone, had been instrumental in not only winning games but also in setting the tone for the culture in the locker room. This is someone who fans look to every Sunday as a leader on the field, someone whose jersey is proudly worn by thousands, someone who kids across Texas grew up idolizing. And now, suddenly, he's gone. The initial announcement came earlier this morning through a brief statement from the Cowboys front office, confirming that the organization and the player had mutually agreed to part ways, a phrase that, as we all know, usually carries a much more complicated and dramatic backstory. That vague language has only intensified the speculation online. Was this really mutual? Was it salary related? Was there tension behind closed doors? Or could there be a deeper, more strategic motive behind the timing of this departure? Fans immediately took to social media to express their outrage and confusion. Within minutes, Cowboys and the player's name were trending on Twitter and X. Instagram fan pages flooded with tribute posts. TikTok creators started making highlight montages, some with somber music playing in the background, others venting their frustrations through fiery rants. One thing's for sure: the emotional response from fans has been intense. And understandably so. This player wasn't just productive, he was beloved. The kind of guy who signs autographs for every kid waiting after practice, who shows up for charity events in the off-season, who goes the extra mile on and off the field. That's what makes this so much harder to process. And let's be honest, this move raises a ton of questions about the direction the Cowboys are heading in 2025. I mean, we were already dealing with uncertainty this offseason. Questions around the quarterback contract situation, the defensive scheme, changes in the coaching staff. But now this? It feels like the front office just lit a match under a fanbase that was already on edge. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and the rest of the leadership group need to step up and offer more transparency here, because the fans deserve answers. They've stood by this team through thick and thin, and right now, they're feeling blindsided. But let's take a step back and consider the bigger picture here. What does this mean for the team on the field? Well, it depends on who you ask. From a strategic standpoint, losing this player means the Cowboys are now without one of their most consistent producers, someone who shows up in clutch moments, who knows the playbook inside and out, and who brings invaluable veteran leadership. This isn't the kind of void you fill overnight. Sure, you've got young talent coming up, and yes, the 2025 draft class has some intriguing prospects. But replacing experience, trust, and chemistry? That's a whole different ballgame. It takes time, it takes reps, and it takes a level of cohesion that can't just be built in training camp. So the big question is, are the Cowboys retooling, or are they quietly rebuilding under our noses? That's a serious concern, and let's not forget how this might affect the locker room morale. These guys are human beings. They build relationships, they ride the highs and lows of the season together. And when someone that important leaves suddenly, it shakes things up. Veterans start wondering about their own future. Younger players lose a mentor. Coaches are forced to adjust schemes mid-offseason. It's a ripple effect that can throw off the entire rhythm of preparation leading into the season. Now, as for the timing, why now? Some insiders are whispering that the Cowboys might be making room for a big signing, maybe a surprise trade in the works. There are rumblings, nothing confirmed yet, but speculation is already swirling around a few high-profile free agents who are still on the market. Could this be part of a bigger chess move? Maybe, but if it is, the Cowboys front office better hope it works out, because the blowback from fans right now is intense. If they don't follow this departure with something big and impactful, they're going to face even more scrutiny than they already are. And honestly, this move could have a psychological effect on the team's confidence heading into the 2025 season. The schedule is brutal this year. Divisional games against the Eagles and Giants, high-profile matchups on national TV, and now you're telling me the Cowboys are going into battle without one of their captains? It's going to be a challenge. And let's not even start on what this does to fantasy football projections. People are already scrambling to update their mock drafts. Now, here's a wild card angle that nobody's talking about yet. What if this wasn't about football at all? What if this was about life? About something personal? Maybe there was a private matter that required this player to step away. Maybe it wasn't just dollars and cents or depth charts. Sometimes we forget these guys are people, too. They have families, health, and personal challenges that we never see. And if that's the case, then maybe this departure, as painful as it is, deserves a little more empathy and understanding. But until we hear the full story, until we hear from the player directly or the front office holds a real press conference, the speculation will continue. And you can bet every sports show, podcast, and NFL analyst is going to be dissecting this move for the next several weeks. We'll probably get a statement from the player soon, maybe through Instagram or a sit-down interview, and that might help bring some clarity. But for now, we're left with one big, gaping question: what's next? Where do the Cowboys go from here? Because one thing's for sure, the 2025 season just got a lot more complicated. The expectations were already sky high. Fans were hoping this would be the year we break through the playoff barrier, make a deep run, maybe even finally return to the Super Bowl. But now there's uncertainty, doubt, and a giant hole in the middle of this roster. And if the Cowboys don't act fast, if they don't make bold, smart moves to compensate for this loss, this could spiral quickly. And I don't say that to be negative. I say that because the window to win in the NFL is small. You only get so many chances with a core group before the chemistry fades, contracts expire, and opportunities slip away. So here's my final thought, and I want to hear what you think too. Was this the right move for the Cowboys? Did they let go of a player at the right time, or was this a miscalculation that could haunt us all season? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'm going to be reading all of them. And hey, if this news shocked you like it shocked me, do me a favor, hit that like button, share this video with a fellow Cowboys fan, and make sure you're subscribed because we're going to be following this story closely every step of the way. We'll be bringing you every update, every rumor, every behind-the-scenes look at what's next for America's team. So stay locked in, and as always, no matter what happens, how about them Cowboys?